Welcome to this video. This video will have lots of parts to it, so hope you enjoy. This is an Alpha Prince Deku X Omega Reader X Alpha Shoto. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Once again has multiple parts. So let's begin. Medieval AU, aka Fantasy AU, Part 1. A long time ago, Alphas ruled over the land. Betas were knights and everyday citizens, while Omegas were just slaves. They were forced into hard labor and under unspeakable things, till soon they were extinct, or so they thought. Omegas seemed to disappear from the realm. Piggly Alphas sadly had to settle for Betas, though Betas were happy for know that they had better chances of getting Alphas. When Omegas started to make appearance again, they were treated better than before, but still saw as the lower class. The Omegas would be gathered together and form small villages of just Omegas. They mostly just kept to themselves and didn't interact with the kingdoms. Alphas were more than happy to see Omegas return again. Omegas to them made the best mates. Though the Betas saw Omegas as competition for Alphas, so it wasn't uncommon for Betas to cause small troubles for Omega villages. Even though Omegas already a rarity, this made them feel the need to stay far away from the kingdoms to be safe. Sadly, the three kingdoms had their own plans. A somewhat mating festival, and the three princes, the Alphas, and Betas are going to attend, but the Omegas promptly refused the invitation. The other two kingdoms were were respectful, but one king didn't take no for an answer. King Endeavor threatened 3 Omega villages that if they didn't send their finest females and males, Omegas, he would burn the villages to the ground. With no other choice, the elder and chief of the village did as they were demanded. They sent 5 girls and 6 males, all washed and dressed, ready for the festival. Carriages were sent from Endeavor to pick those few. As everyone was loading in, a small voice called out, "Big sis Yin, don't go," a little girl cried out. Yin, the third to the last Omega in line, turned to see her little sister running towards her. "Please don't go," her little sister begged as she hugged her waist. "I have to, Eri, or else the village will be in danger," you explained to Eri. "But what if the big scary Alphas take you away?" Eri sobbed. "I promise I'll come back." The invitation said after 12 p.m. on the 3rd day, any and all guests are free to leave. "I promise, Eri, the moment the clock strikes 12, I'll be out of there and back here before you know," you promised her as you kissed her. "Hurry up, you stupid Omegas," as an angry Beta pushed Yin into the carriage. Before anyone could say goodbye to their loved ones, the carriage were already on the move. Everyone was nervous, and all huddled together. It was a long ride to the Kingdom Adel, where the festival was held. I was beyond nervous. All the Alphas and Omegas had such fine and beautiful clothes and suits. They all looked so regal in our eyes. We became painfully aware of how undressed we appeared compared to the rest. Since we came from a village, we don't have such luxurious and expensive dresses. We simply came in the nicest looking dresses and suits we had. All that don't rival the other dresses and betas and alphas had, especially the boys. My dress was so plain and simple it was embarrassing. And to top it all off, I had a simple bonnet and not a nice looking hat. The scent of everyone was overwhelming as we pulled out of the carriage. Everyone, Alpha and Betas, were showing off quirks left and right. Yet only 7 of us felt out of place. In our village, 80% of our people don't have quirks. I was a part of the small few who had quirks. I can perform miracles with my singing. It depends on what I sing, though. I guess the kingdom's majorities had quirks, but by seeing how much they showed it off, it must mean everyone had one. I guess we've been standing in one spot for too long as a couple of betas bumped into us. Watch it, you don't own the sidewalk, a noble beta said in annoyance. I'm sorry, I whispered as I backed away. Stupid omegas, the beta mumbled under his breath as he walked away. Despite being in a festival that groups and I didn't really wanted to be apart, ways from each other, but sort of humbled together and didn't leave each other's side. When one of them pointed out that there were Omega's only sleeping quarters, we quickly made our way there to find out it was just a tiny section of the castle designated to use for Omegas to use, which was really nice. It was mostly just a lot of bedrooms and one large lounge room. As I explored our tiny situation of the castle, I came across 2 other groups of Omegas from other villages. Apparently we weren't the only ones threatened to come. Sorry, my bunny is making a huge mess. So with all of us combined, we're approximately only 50 Omegas in this festival. There were 200 attending and only 50 are Omegas. That really showed how far few me and my people are. So I wondered about some more until 2 betas, maids, came wondering with everyone's drinks. I could understand why everyone were hesitant at first. Most betas never really liked us, though we eventually warmed up to them. Would you like some water, miss? Momo asked me. I'm sorry, my bunny is being a pain in the neck. Let me fix this. Alright guys, let's continue. Oh, no thank you, I said as I took a cup. Momo, who is the ruler of this castle? I asked her. Oh, our kind king and all might. He was one of those who hosted the mating festival. I'm surprised you came, the king told us. The village kindly declined the invitation. What changed your mind? Momo asked. King Endeavor didn't take no for an answer, I said sadly as I took a sip of water. Why, I'm not surprised. Endeavor isn't like our king. He's cruel to those he sees beneath him. Not someone to mess with. I'm sorry to hear that, though, Momo said with a sad look on her face. Momo, if it's not too offended to ask, why are so many betas angry with Omegas? I asked nervously. It's fine. I've heard some hateful things from my fellow co-workers. I think it was jealousy. Before the disappearance of Omegas, betas were loved over like Omegas. But not that what your people weren't through isn't enough, but betas were seen as common and not all that special. When Omegas disappeared, Alphas finally started courting us. We came desired and wanted, treasured and valued like Omegas. So when Omegas started to come back, I guess some betas got jealous of the attention shift. Felt like the attention was getting stolen from them. I don't know, but I have to get back to work. I hope you have a fun time at the festival. I sat on a nearby chair as I observed the other Omegas as they hanged around the lounge, simply waiting for the dinner to be announced. Deku's POV. I stood in front of the large doors of the castle separated that separated the festival's guests and the inside of the castle. As I waited, Shoto eventually stood up and waited with me. Excuse me, excited for the festival, Prince Todoroki? I asked nervously. No, my father wants me to find a mate with a powerful quirk or an easy-to-manage Omega, he said. Todoroki said in annoyance. I can't blame him. His father is a king and Dever isn't a very kind man. He forced his wife, Rei, a beta, into a quirk marriage. Todoroki, you remember you don't have to rule like him. Once you are king, he can't tell you what to do, and your quirk is your own and no one else, I reminded him. I know, Prince Midoriya, but I still don't think I'll look for a mate. Knowing my father, he can still force that upon me, Todoroki said with a bit of venom. When will this start? I'm tired of waiting. I just want to find a mate and get over with this, Kacchan complained. Kacchan, I squealed in surprise. Shut up, Deku. Kacchan spat. This festival is so annoying. Why do we have to pick two concubines that makes a perform something? Kacchan asked. Because it's tradition, the concubines chosen will perform their skills, talents, or quirks to prove themselves worthy, Prince Todoroki. Ida, the knight, explained. No one is greater than me. Those extras got nothing to prove, Kacchan said with a cocky smile. Your Highness, the kings and queens are waiting outside for you already with your citizens. Are you ready? Ida asked. We were told to leave the lounge and attend the welcome ceremony for the three princes. We tried to get close, but the betas managed to push us all Omegas back. As I looked towards the grand gates of the castle, the King Endeavor and All Might and Queen Mitsuki. Then the doors opened behind them and walked out three princes. All of the females betas fawned over all of them, but we and others felt scared. The ceremony ended and the princes slowly mixed in with the crowd. Betas left and right trying to get their attention, but out of all the people, the princes were interested in a particular scent in the crowd. They just wanted to find out where. Part 1 has ended. I hope you enjoy.